I was talking to Assistant Commissioner Bob Hill last week about well, not to put too fine a point on it, the stuff up with the 05 charges where a whole lot of people who should have lost their licence didn't and a lot who shouldn't have lost their licence did. Have you tracked down everybody involved yet?
6 out of the 7. So, of the ones who are currently suspended,
yes,
or cancelled rather.
Yes,
yes, we've tracked down 6 of those. 1 to go. That person's changed their address. So those people are our priority, and we're working through the remaining numbers.
Have you established with any of the people who lost their licence and shouldn't whether they have lost their employment as a result?
I've been paying close attention to this, as you'd expect. We haven't had that advice. Well, as I understood it yesterday, we hadn't had that advice yet. We just need to work through each one individually, assess the circumstances, talk to the person and see what impact that has, and then work it through from there.
Anybody asking for compensation?
Not that I'm aware of yet.
Should it be automatic loss of licence if you're over 05?
We review the laws, particularly around drink driving, drug driving, constantly, because obviously we're trying to get the road trauma down, the road toll down. We've been looking at this aspect. Certainly these recent mistakes have had us revisit them, and we talk to our road safety partners, Vic Roads, Transport Accident Commission, others, about the laws. And if we think that there's a problem with the laws, I think that they can be clearer, or we think there's a way we can further reduce road trauma, we'll go to government with a case, and a well-researched case.
So have you made that decision yet?
No.
Interesting point, isn't it? The law was sufficiently complex that it confused your own members.
Yes. And look, I look back over my time in the job, and we've been constantly tweaking the laws. You know, there's a loophole found and we close it up, and then another one pops up, or new technology comes along, or we get better understanding, for example, on speed limits and the impact of speed on pedestrians and vulnerable people, and we go to government and we adjust the laws. Yes, in this area, it obviously has confused some of my members.
But do you remember a campaign years ago that you could have 5 beers in an hour to reach 05?
Yeah, that was my impression, and that's very wrong.
You'd be well over, wouldn't you?
You'd be well and truly over. I would think a lot of people, particularly without, you've got to be careful generalising, but smaller framed people, a couple of good wines, and they'll be getting close to 05 within an hour quite easily.
Yeah, and just topping it up with one afterwards.
Topping it up, and that'll push them over the limit. It's not that hard to get over 05.
Just finally, at 10:30 today, some very important awards that you are making. It'll be a pretty emotional time. What is it?
Yeah, thanks for raising this, Neil. So we actually routinely give out awards for our people, but this one's a bit special. So this is the 3 Victoria Police members and a couple of emergency services members from the fire brigade and 6 civilians who were involved in that Middle Park explosion on the 4th of January last year. So we're giving the police star to our 3 members and recognising the great contributions of some others for some heroic acts and some fantastic support for us on the night.
What is it? What's the police star? What level is that?
That's really for members who are seriously injured in the line of duty, as Emma, Varley and Tony were, as a way of recognising their commitment. I think some of the listeners would understand that the American Army, for example, gives out a Purple Heart for wounding. This is our equivalent. This is for members who've suffered in the line. Talking Melbourne.